Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Let's DevOps. It's been quite some time since I met you all, but here I am with another new video, and I hope this is important and informative to you because I managed to find a new job here in Germany. And this video is going to be about that, on how the interview process went, what were the questions thrown at me, what was the interview process like, and how I managed to crack the new job is what I would be covering in this video. If this is something that's interesting, please do hit the like, share, and please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep watching out for this space, Let's DevOps, for more informative videos on DevOps, DevSecOps, and jobs around DevOps, DevSecOps. Let's get started. Right. So I've already touched upon a video covering the Germany interview process, and this new job that I got is also was also on the same lines. And I would like to quickly run through the interview process and also talk about the questions that were thrown at me for during the interview. So how did it start? It started with a there were 4 rounds basically. So it started with a screening round. The first round here is called a screening, introductory, more of a conversational interview. So what really happens here is that once your profile gets shortlisted by the HR or catches the eye of a recruiter of the company, they hit you up over the call and ask you some basic questions. The questions could be like, uh, uh, what do you do in your current role? Explain the process. What are the tool sets you work on? What's the tool chain you work with? They pick up a few things from the resume and then shoot what is the infrastructure tool that you work in, or what's the CI/CD tool you work in? Is this the only CI/CD tool that you have worked, or have you also worked with other CI/CD tools? So something on the high level could also be questions like, are you willing to relocate to a different city because the job needs it? Or how flexible are you in traveling? So like 20%, 40%, 50%, whatever is your number. And they throw you all of these questions, so kind of understand you better and see if what you have put in the resume is actually what you have done in your previous company's experience. And so that way they kind of judge if you are a real good fit to this opening that they have. Assuming all of this goes well, then they would follow it up with a interesting question. I really like this question that comes in the German interview process. They ask you, do you have any specifications that you want to share with us? Generally, this is not something that you are expected to. I mean, they ask you back in India, just going by my experience, but this is something that they come up here. They ask you, what's yours? Do you have any expectations? Do you have any specifications that you want to share? Not that it's 100% legit that they would accommodate it for you, but if it's in line with the job opening, if it's in line with the team's structure, if the manager is also has the capacity to do it for you, then they could accommodate a portion of it, or even the fullest. So something could be like, yeah, I want to be a project manager, I want to be more of a resource manager, product owner kind, where I interact with customers and less of the technical hands-on implementation. Or you could that could be a specification from you like, I more so want to work on the cloud stuff and not on the on-premise stuff. Or you can say, let's say for DevSecOps or DevOps, you could say, either you want to be an application CI/CD expert or infrastructure CI/CD expert. So if you want to deploy the tool chain into Kubernetes or on-premise and host it, and then ensure you are responsible for the site reliability engineering. Or you could say, no, I don't want to take care of the tool chain. I want to be an application CI/CD. So whatever application that the development team um, builds, I want to set up the CI/CD solution for the application that comes up. So this is just, I'm just throwing you some examples, ideas of what could potentially be. You could also have something else in your mind, but German interviews give you this space where you can voice out any expectations, specifications that you would like to have in your future role in the company. Right, that's with the first round. Once that's done, then the second and third one will be a pure in-depth dig at your technical prowess. So the second round was a technical interview with the manager, and he was asking me some deep questions on the different tool chain. DevOps is an ocean, and not all would have worked on all of the tool chain that the new company is already working with. So people are flexible. As long as you know the concepts, you could fit in the concepts that you have worked on a similar tool. into this tool, they are totally fine. For example, if let's say the current company is using Artifactory, but you have used Nexus in your previous organizations, it's totally fine because Nexus is also a binary management tool, and then Artifactory is also a binary management tool, and pretty much the concepts are same with the repos and virtual repos and the user tasks and user management and so on. So all the hosted repos and Maven repos. So pretty much it's the same. So if you are able to fit in the concept that you have already worked for any other tool chain, you are good. So the second round was an in-depth dig at the technical stuff. Um, just to give you an idea, I mean, I would also club the third round together because both were technical rounds. So the second round was more with the manager only, and then I think they judge you on how technical you are, how deep you have worked. Have you just managed stuff on the admin level, or have you also worked deep into the implementation side of things? Which tools have you worked on? How far have you gone? So all of this is judged in your second round. And third round was with the team. So they were more than just a manager. So they were the whole team involved in the third round, and that was also a continuation of the second round, which was even more technically in depth because more often than not, the manager is on the high level. So uh, you just can't go that deep into, hey, what's the solution you implemented for this automation. So that kind of a granular level of questioning might not come when you have an interview with the manager. So, but you do get some really good deep technical questions. But the third round was with the team, so with the engineers who actually do stuff, with the leads who actually do stuff. So it was even more technically deep. And some of the questions, this is not the blueprint. I just picked up some questions to show you a glimpse of how a technical interview could be, and this is just on a couple of tools. This could definitely vary for the kind of role you're going into, for the job you are looking, or for the tool chain that you are going to work with, but this is just an glimpse. So there could be some questions on the actual tool itself, and predominantly there will be questions scenario based. People are more interested on scenario based questions because that's where it tests you, the solution that you have designed or you have built up with your team, and then the logic you use to implement that solution, the difficulties that you faced, how did you overcome. So it's a package you get when you ask scenario based questions as opposed to tool based questions. I would say from my experience, you are bound to be asked tool based questions. For example, like let's pick SonarCube or any security tool for the matter. What's SonarCube? What is SAST, DAST, IAST? What does a sonar.properties file contain? How is it related to SonarCube? What's the structure? Do you know what quality gate is? How do you enforce quality gates? Okay, you have identified a vulnerability. What's the vulnerability management process that you have? All of these are questions, tool-based questions. So there's probably just one or two right answers. People ask these tool-based questions if you're new or if you are more in a beginner stage, 2-3 years of experience where you haven't had much exposure to different kinds of projects, different kinds of industries. Your experience is short, so they would test you on the tools to see if you have really worked on SonarCube, have you really worked on a CI/CD tool like Jenkins, and so on. The more experience you get, you become a mid-level, senior engineer, senior expert, advanced engineer. Then it is more of scenario-based questions where they go deep into, okay, walk me through the steps that you have set up SonarCube integration. There are multiple ways to set up a SonarCube integration into your CI/CD toolchain. They want to test you which approach you took, why you took. Is there any logical reasoning? Were there any limitations that you had in the previous company that forced you to go with method A as opposed to method B? That is what they are interested, and the more solid answer you give, the more convincing it is for them. And people are very smart, and especially the round where you meet the team with the real engineers, because they are also doing the actual stuff. Within a question or two, they will be able to identify whether you have really done stuff or you are bluffing as if you've done stuff. um, the other scenario based question, let's say for a CI/CD tool, could be, can you walk me through the different stages of your Jenkins CI/CD pipeline? Want you to explain you all the CI stages and all the CD stages. And as you keep explaining, there could be questions on picking up why this, why not that, why did you miss out on this? Could there be a different approach that you could take? Why was it designed this way? Were there any limitations? And so on. And then the follow-up questions start. Uh, just as the case with any other tool that you could take. Just imagine any tool, every tool that you could think of in the DevOps, DevSecOps space, and they just split it into tool-based questions and scenario-based questions. In my experience, it was more of scenario-based questions, obviously, because I carry good years of experience. So it was more of scenario-based questions, and not every question needs to be answered 100% right, because there are different ways of doing it. Maybe there is something that I would have done not the right way. Could be because of the organizational structure, could be because of my lack of doing the research to the fullest, could be any reason. But as long as you present what you did um, well, then it is accepted in a good way by the people who are interviewing, as opposed to bluffing, or you just theoretically read stuff and then you make up a case where you have implemented it. Then yeah, however good you are, I think people will be able to find out that you are just trying to cook something here. Right. So once I think both the round two and round three took about an hour, and for all of the rounds, the HR is also sitting besides, seeing. I'm not really sure what metrics do they have, but they also see your attitude, the way you communicate, the way you present. Um, the cultural difference, because all companies do have different expats working for them, so there is also something like a called as a culture fit that they check. So they do analyze you in different aspects. I believe it is your communication, the way you present, how good you're able to explain stuff, and how neat you present them. How do you gel with the team when it's you meet with a team? How professional you are, and yeah, all of this is also judged by the HR, who is part of all of these rounds. If everything goes well, then the final, I wouldn't say round, but the final call will be is the real deal, where they say, hey, congratulations, you have made through. We have selected you for this position, and then starts the salary negotiations and stuff. Uh, yeah, so that's pretty straightforward. It's not, I mean, it is sometimes a little long. It's not super quick, more so if it falls in between the holiday season. Like there's a holiday season in the summer, and then there's a holiday season in the winter, like during the August and during December. So if your interview process kind of falls in between, then there could be potential delays. Otherwise, it's pretty fast. I would say somewhere between a month to less than 2 months. Would be the ideal time. And predominantly, the notice period here in Germany for the companies is 3 months to the end of notice calendar year, so calendar month, which means if you drop your papers, let's say on the 20th of January, then your first day of exit starts from the 1st of February, and then it's 3 months, so February, March, April. So your last working day is potentially 30th of April, and that's how it works for the entire Germany. And the next company is also aware of it, so they wait and then they give you a joining date, which is May 1st of May. Right. So with that, I would say I think I've given in a nutshell the entire process and the experience that I had with my new interview. I hope this knowledge is also something that you could take with you and prepare well. But if there's anything more that you need regarding being able to find a job or interview process with respect to Germany, please feel free to comment, hit me up, and then I would definitely be happy to connect with you all and help you out with the knowledge that I have. Until next time, see you all in another video. Take care. Have a great rest of the day. Take care. Bye bye.